Hello there, this is Cindy at cindybdesigns.com, and that is the adorable card we'll be making today. I am using the Sale-A-Bration Hey Chick stamp set, as you can see in the brochure here, and my sentiments come from all things thanks. To the right, you can see 5 of my Stampin' Up! Cubes with Real Red, Tangerine Tango, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, and Pacific Point. I also have the matching watercolor pencils right next to it. I'm holding up a 1-inch cube right now from Stampin' Up! That is blank, and you can fill it up with your re-inkers, as you can see right there that I've done with Dapper Denim, which is an in color. I've taken my 1-inch stamp or punch, and I've punched out a piece of Dapper Denim, used my label maker, and popped it on top so I can identify the color, then grabbed a Tim Holtz round foam blending tool, pop it in the bottom, and there you go. And I also store it in those tins that you're looking at. Good way to ink up Versamark and do some very selective inking, which you're going to see for the inside of my card. So I'm going to move all that away. And I have a piece of Real Red cardstock that is 4x8 and scored at 4 inches. I'm using my Teflon bone folder. Then I'm going to be using some basic black archival ink pad on the Stampin' Up! Watercolor paper. On the smooth side, I do not want to use the other side. It has more of a tooth to it, and I want my image to be a lot more smooth. Let's put it that way. So I'm letting that dry. It is archival ink and beautiful black rich color. I'm going to go ahead and put some clear embossing powder over that to even make it more rich and dark. Now this embossed, you can kind of feel how it's raised. That also keeps the watercolor within your image as well. So I'm showing you an image now that I colored with the same colors, total fail, and I'm grabbing my Cricut spatula and just taking it around the image to pull that off because I want to save that piece of cardstock, and that's going in the garbage. Now I am bringing in my Big Shot, and we are going to be doing some die cutting. That is a multi-purpose platform. If you have that, you don't need any other platforms at all. I have my layering circle framelits here, and I'm going to cut my chicken out of the watercolor paper with a round one. I'm going to pop that on through. I'm adding my scallop circle. Run everything through the Big Shot at one time. They're going to layer perfectly on each other and pop right on out. I am going to be doing some embossing, and with that very large hexagon folder, I'm going to have to open it up to tab 2, line up my paper, pop it in, and then run it through. This video is different because I was actually talking when I was doing it, and that's why you see my hands go everywhere, because I do talk with my hands, and next time I won't do it. But that is how cool the crease comes out, and I've shown a couple different videos on that before. So I am bringing in these 2 pieces of cardstock that I've laminated, and they are fabulous because I'm grabbing all my little ink cubes and I'm just squishing them down on that. When I'm done, take it over the sink, rinse it off. You're going to see me use my mister to water it down. Don't do that. You don't need to. I'm using aqua painters, and the water flows out of them without you pushing down the barrel. So I don't recommend spritzing down your watercolor with Stampin' Up! Inks unless you really want something dull. But I wanted my chicken to be more bright. So I started out with Tangerine Tango and Daffodil Delight. And you saw me use my brush and just pick it straight up from the ink pad a couple times there. Later on, you'll see me use the pencil and pull my color from that. So there's like a lot of different ways that you can grab your color for your watercolor images, from Stampin' Up ink pads, pencils, you name it, it's there. So I'm going in with some Old Olive right now and just wiping off a lot of that excess water that, again, just comes out of the brush. And it was already on my little paint palette there to the right, so I did have to go ahead and push all the colors down again, and did not use water this time to spritz it out, and you can see the difference with the Pacific Point that I'm using. So I'm just adding color and adding color and adding color. If I have too much water, then I dab it up with a cloth. And now I'm taking a Pacific Point pencil and I'm just going to color in those little talons or whatever. They're too small to blend out. I'm doing the beak. I'm out of frame. Back to the pencil. Now I'm going to grab the pencil again that you'll see soon enough and go back over the colors. Right now, this is going to be the inside of the card where you're going to see my sentiment from the All Things Thanks. I'm going to have Hey Chook from the Hey Chook stamp set on top. That's going to be stamped using Sahara Sand, and I'll be using the You're the Best from All Things Thanks, which will be in Pacific Point. Now, by using those Stampin' Up 1-inch cubes, I can have both stamps on my Misty and ink them up with the cubes. You can also take your Stampin' Write markers and go over it if you choose to, but I had them out, just did that. You saw me wipe something off from the top of the Hey Chook that was extra ink that will transfer over to your paper. And if you're using a Misty, don't forget to take out that foam pad from behind the Misty, because we are using clear amount stamps here. So I'm adding some adhesive to the back. I kind of wish I'd used that side I put the adhesive on up for something a little bit different. So that crumb cake is cut down to 3 7/8 square. That's about 3 1/4 inch long, and that is some ribbon from the burlap ribbon. And that's 5/8 of an inch wide. You just saw me adhere it down. You're going to watch me pull it all up in a few minutes and fix it. Now here's where I'm going in with the pencils and where I put down the new ink cubes, and I'm just grabbing straight from that and wiping off the water everywhere I can. Oh, background noise. Just coloring, blending the colors. We were on fire a couple months ago. Now we're having massive flooding with evacuations going on. So there's airplanes and helicopters and lots of other things flying around that have been for 48 hours nonstop. I'm exhausted. I haven't slept. So once again, just brightening up those colors. I want my check to be bright. I'm adding in some highlights with the pens. It's still a little bit wet, but you can build upon the color here. So you're just seeing me using my pencil to darken up my colors, and now I'm going to blend it with my aqua painter and just kind of keep going there until I'm happy with the results. And there they are. Now I'm going to grab the Wink of Stella pen and I'm tapping it on. Stampin' Up inks are water-based, so if I was to you're seeing me scribble it off there, I'm taking out the color that I used before I move on to another color. because I do not want to contaminate. So I'm just dabbing on, like I said before, the Wink of Stella pen, give them a little bit of glitter, and I have a mark right there. And that mono adhesive is absolutely great. It did not get it off, but it's a dot. It's doable. For my inside, there, you can see how I stamped it. Now I'm going to take some adhesive and go ahead and adhere it to the inside of my 4x4 square card. I like turning it over like that just in case the ink is not dry, so the ink will get on my scratch piece of paper. And there's a shine. That image you see right there, I let dry by air. The one I compared it to, I used my heat tool. So I prefer to let things dry on their own. So my friends, we are done with this card. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for stopping by to see me today. I will see you again the next time. God bless and take care.